So through 2018, I kept seeing people making the pizza pot pie. Now it's essentially a pizza that's built into a bowl, the dough is placed on top, and then it's cooked. And then when it's done, they flip it over, pull it off, and you have this cheesy goodness, almost deep dish, but not really pizza. It looks amazing. I kept thinking about how much I wanted to make it, but time passed by and I never made it. Now, the one thing that I noticed was everybody was making it in smaller kind of bowls. There might be a reason for that, I'm not really sure, but I got my big 2.5 quart Pyrex bowl and we're gonna make an extra large pizza pot pie. So to make the pizza pot pie, it's gonna be pretty simple, but first we're gonna make the dough. I just got a new KitchenAid, thanks Mom. So I'm gonna do it in the KitchenAid, you don't have to, but all you need is 4 cups of bread flour, 1/4 cup of olive oil, 1 package of active dry yeast. We have 1.5 cups of warm water. The water's at 105 degrees right now to allow the yeast to form. And then about 2.25 teaspoons of sugar. I'm also gonna drop in a pinch of the black truffle olive oil. First thing we're gonna do is we're gonna open up the active dry yeast and put that in the 1 cup of water. So we're just gonna mix that in and let that sit for about 5 minutes. You'll notice it's ready when it starts to froth on the top. It's gonna have a good froth. We have our kneading hook. We're going to add our flour, sugar, and then just mix that real quick. You know, I forgot I wanted to add just a pinch of salt. So just a pinch of salt in there. I'm gonna give this yeast right here just a little pinch of sugar. Help these guys eat. Okay, so the yeast has bloomed beautifully. So we're just gonna add this to the dough, to the flour mixture. Add our oil. Like I said, I'm gonna add a little bit of the truffle oil, just a pinch. And then the rest of our hot water, or warm water, I should say. Drop this guy down. We're gonna put it on the stir for just a minute until it stirs together. So we let that knead for about 5 minutes. This is a perfect pizza dough. I'm so stoked about this. So all we're gonna do is just kind of flatten this out by hand real quick. Oh, this is gonna be beautiful. I love this homemade dough. So excited I don't have to make it by hand anymore and just do it in the mixer. So there it is. That is our dough ball. And then just drop in some more olive oil. Make sure the bowl is nice and coated, and then drop some more olive oil on the top. We're gonna cover this up and let this rise for about an hour, hour and a half. My house is a little chilly. I threw the heat on, but let that double in size. I'm gonna go to the store and get everything else that I need to make this big pizza pot pie. So I'm gonna pick up some mushrooms, green pepper, I think that'd be good. And like Corinne said from Threadbanger, I'm an adult and I want red onion. I mean, why would you not want red onion on your pizza? I'm buying sauce, don't hate me. Okay, so we're back from the store. All of our toppings are chopped up. I hope we have enough. I don't know if this big pizza pot pie was a good idea, but we'll find out. So the dough has risen. Jeez. I mean, it has definitely doubled in size. So what we have to do is we just gotta kind of drop this guy out on another floured work surface. So realistically, we're only gonna probably need half of this. We're gonna get this back into a ball shape again. So I'm gonna let that relax for just a minute. We're gonna bring in our Pyrex bowl. I have some melted butter. We're just gonna drop that down in there and then just make sure the entire bowl is completely coated with this butter. Open up those friggin' cheese things. So again, don't be mad about my cheese choice. You can make your own cheese choices if you decide to make this large pizza pot pie, if this comes out good. So we're gonna start with the mozzarella and then just layer this guy up. Okay, man, I'm feeling like I should have gotten more cheese. I hope this works out. Awesome. So that's the first layer. Then we have to dump in our veggies. We're making this just like you would make a pizza, you know, where you do your dough, sauce, veggies, cheese. So I'm just gonna dump all these mushrooms in here. I brushed the mushrooms clean. I didn't want to put any extra water in here. Ton of green peppers, wow. This is gonna be good. I just know it's gonna be good. I'm not gonna do any more green peppers, it's already a ton. And then the last thing that we need to do is dump on, my hands are all buttery, dump on the sauce. I got store-bought sauce, I just wasn't in the mood to make it. So I can kind of see why they're doing the smaller pot pies. This thing's just literally huge. So we have our dough, it's just been kind of relaxing. I'm gonna drop it right over the top here. I'm gonna just pinch a small hole in the top of this dough to hopefully allow it to vent if it needs be. And then I'm gonna throw this guy in the oven. I have the oven preheated for 400 degrees. We're gonna let it go in for about 15 to 20 minutes. We're just gonna watch it. We just want the top golden brown. Oh, this looks amazing. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I can kind of see why they don't do this in a big bowl, because we have a bowl of dough ourselves. I'm gonna remove it from the baking sheet because I think that's what I'm gonna turn this over onto. Okay, let's see if we can flip this over. I don't think it's gonna be that big of an issue. You know what, I'm just gonna do this. So, I'm already gonna tell you, I'm so nervous about taking this top off. Oh no. This is like a wet, so this is like, you could see the amount of liquid in here. There's just no way this crust is going to hold this when I take this top off. Maybe that's why they don't do larger versions of this. There's a nice crisp to the crust that you don't normally get in a pizza. Okay, so we're breaking the seal, and I can already see, okay, here we go. Look at that. Oh, that is just insane. You know what, it's not as bad as what I thought. It is, that is kind of a wet pizza dough. I think this is gonna be good. A lot of the liquid might have came because of like the mushrooms, the green peppers, the onions, they all hold a lot of liquid. You know, maybe you wanna sweat those prior to making this. You know, people might get mad at me for saying this, but honestly, I think it's a good looking pizza. I mean, yeah, it's a little cheesier than normal. Oh, those mushrooms are crazy, but I mean, there's like a cheese pool. I think it's gonna be pretty good. The sauce, I mean, it's just erupting all over. Don't make this if you're looking for like an authentic pizza. I'm gonna have to let this cool down for a minute. That is good. That is good. Oh yeah, I am happy about that. I like that a lot. Well, that's it. That is the giant pizza pot pie. Would I do it again in the big bowl? No, I would probably just do it how everybody else does it. This is probably the reason why people don't do it in the big giant bowl. If I did do this again with the big bowl, I would probably do it a little bit different. I would probably saute the onions and peppers and mushrooms prior to put it in, just to allow them to steam and release their moisture. I might use a little bit less sauce, and the cheese level is pretty good. The mozzarella and provolone pretty much seem to work together. And there's a nice, like, it browned really nicely in the bowl with the butter. I think that was a good idea. Other than that, I mean, the big one, it's kind of a mess. It's not, you're gonna eat it with a fork and a knife, for sure. You're not picking this up and eating this like a slice of pizza. Other than that, it is pretty good though. I will say it's good. Make the smaller version if you want it. But that's it, that's what I got. I'm gonna have another slice. Thanks for watching. These are the people right here that support me on Patreon. I appreciate you. Make sure you check out another episode. I'll have that linked at the end. Thanks, guys. That's good. If you like that one, please click the subscribe button. And I'm able to make these videos because of support from people like you. So please click Patreon right here, patreon.com/SauceStache, and help me make these videos. Here's another video for you to watch right here. Hope you like it.